Shalom everybody and welcome to Regah Bivrit Shorashim edition. My name is Rabbi Dr. Yitzhak Shapira. I'm here with you every week. We are learning Hebrew together. We are sharpening our skills, understanding some of the understanding that our sages had about the Torah portions. In this Shorashim edition, we are in the book of Vayikra. We're going to a commentary by the Ben Ish Chai. And I sincerely hope you enjoy the depth and the richness of the Ben Ish Chai. This week, we are in Parashat Metzora, the leper. We are going to focus on the wonderful commentary today of the Ben Ish Chai based on chapter 14, verse 1. Let's go straight to the text. Vayedaber Adonai al Moshe le'emor, zot tihye Torat HaMetzora beyom taharato. Here's going to be the Torah of the leper on the day of his cleansing. We want to look specifically today at the Ben Ish Chai connection as he wants to point out that the leper or the Metzora, the one who motzi ra, bring out evil, had two different types of purification he had to go through. As he points that the key of understanding this entire text is these two words. The word beyom taharato, in the day of his cleansing. And he said these words are superfluous. They are not even necessary. They are redundant. And he asked the question in his commentary, why is it that the word beyom taharato, in the day of his cleansing, even added it? He explained that the tzarat, the leprosy of the Metzora, those two are related to the sins of the tongue. And he connected this with Tehillim chapter 12 verse 5, which says, Asher amru leleshonenu nagbir sfatenu itanu. Mi adon lanu. You see, there are two types of sins that are involved, or two parts of body that are involved in the sins of the leper. The lashon, the tongue, and the safa, the lips. The internal and then the external. And he explained that that a dibur is something much more than that. It's evolved something that is internal, that is happening to the person when he's speaking lashon hara, the safa and the lashon. Now, here is what he explained to us. He says that the Torah portion start with the word zot, which is this. Well, what is the zot? Zot tiyeh Torat HaMetzora. Now, pay attention to that. The Hebrew word zot start with the letter zayin, which equivalent, as he pointed out, to the value 7. How many books there are in the Torah? Most people, they think that there are 5 books in the Torah, but if you listen to some of the teachings in the past, you would know that there are 7 books in the Torah. And there is a remez, he says. And he says, Nirmaz ba'otiyot zot, in design on the tikkun of the two body parts. The lashon, the tongue, and the safa, that are both are being contaminated in lashon hara, the external and the internal. So the word zot, if you look at the word zot, zoot, aleph vav taf, zayin ot. What is ot is the utterance. What is called the Torah? The Torah is 7. And that's what he said. When one speaks and does a lashon hara, he is contaminating the entire the Torah. That's what it says. Zot tiyeh Torat HaMetzora. The entire Torah is rest upon the tongue. And we have to understand it. Of the lashon, our heart, and our safa, which is the outwardly that is coming out. And the question is, how do we do a tikkunim? What is the tikkunim look like? There are 2 tikkunim that a leper have to go. As it says in Meshlei, it says, Merpei Lashon Etz Chaim. One who heals his tongue, he is going to receive the tree of life. And the Ben Ish Chai tell us a story about the word, the day of its cleansing. What does it mean, the day of its cleansing? It is a story about a man that is a very famous merchant. And it goes like this. It says the following. It's a story of a man that is a merchant who went from his house to the Bet Midrash. And he got delayed in the Bet Midrash for a few hours. While he was delayed in the Bet Midrash, another man came to visit him, a very famous merchant. And he knocked on the door, and the wife of the other merchant opened the door, and he says, "Is your husband home? Where is your husband?" And she answered to him, "He's in the Bet Midrash." He was disappointed because he wanted to do this business with this merchant who was in the Bet Midrash. And he says, "Oh well." And he went in his own way because he could not wait. When the other merchant returned home from his own Bet Midrash, he found out that he lost a deal that could have brought him much, much money. He got angry with his wife and he says, "Why are you doing that to me? When a person come here and asking for me, even if I am in the Bet Midrash, you run and get me, no matter what. When a person come and when a person look for me, you run and get me, even in the middle of studying Torah." You see that? Pay attention. Well, as weeks gone by, months gone by, the man went again to the Bet Midrash. And this time there was another knock of the door from another merchant who asked to speak to her husband. And he asked, "Where is your husband?" She said, "He's in the Bet Midrash." But this time she remembered the instruction of her husband and she ran to get him. When he came, the man ran and left the Torah behind. And he ran to the Bet Midrash, from the Bet Midrash to his own house. He met the man, but he wasn't a merchant. He was a debt collector. And the debt collector came to him to get the money from him that he didn't have. He abused him and he broke him. And he says, he says to his own wife, "Oh, you foolish wife, you changed the methodology. When the merchant came for our benefit, you kept him away. And when the debt collector came and you grabbed me." You see, friends, this is the 2 parts of the mitzvot that the Ben Ish Chai explained to us. And he says, this is the way we should understand the 2 parts of Torah. The only remedy for Lashon Hara is the Zot, is the 7, is the Torah. And those 2 parts, 5 plus the 2, are the most important parts that you have to keep safe and guard for. Your tongue, Lashon, and also this word in Hebrew, Safa. If you take Lashon, it's a 4 letter. Safa have 3 letters. It's equal 7. Zot equal 7. Zayin equals 7. The Torah equals 7. So in order to have the Chameshet Chumshei Torah, 5 books of Moses, the upshot is clear. You have to protect your tongue and your lips. And that's what he says. Those 2 parts are the 2 parts of Torah that you must protect. Mitzvat aseh, to do, and mitzvah al ta'aseh, not to do. Those are the 2 forces that, just like in the story with the woman, that sometimes are confused. Aseh, let's talk about aseh. Aseh is the power to do things in what the rabbis call zrizut, alacrity, speed, quickness. We must operate with great quickness in those days, in the aseh. But the other part, alta aseh, is abstaining, set ourselves apart. If we take those two forces, aseh ve alta aseh, and we add them to the 5 books of Moses as we apply them, zot will be applied to us. The 7 will be applied to us. How do we get to purification? To do the things that we need to do and not to do the things that we don't need to do. And in that, without a doubt, we will be cleansed from our own impurities and our own leprosy. This is Regah Bivrit for this Shabbat.